What is up, romantic gamers? Today I have a very special video for you guys. You saw the thumbnail, but for the ones who clicked on my video immediately without looking at the thumbnail, I have a very special pre-modern Magic the Gathering deck for you guys. So for the people who don't know, this guy here on the front is my favorite Magic card of all time. I think I pulled my first one as a kid from like an Odyssey tournament pack. I think they're called, like the little boxes with 75 cards. And I just really love this artwork. I just love these dark wizards, this kind of aesthetic a lot. Of course I have a foil, and this deck, as you can see by the playmat, is kind of divorced dad themed. They're all like guys who are clearly single, and I thought it would be a funny video to post for Valentine's Day. I hope I can finish this video and edit it in time to still upload it on February 14th. But I really wanted to show you guys this deck, because this is the deck, the first deck I built when I first got into Magic in September 2023. In short, it's basically a pre-modern clerics deck, mono black. But I just think it's really funny, right? So yeah. So to start off, we have I don't know if Magic the Gathering deck profiles are the same as Yu-Gi-Oh ones, but basically we have one copy of Cabal Patriarch. Even though he's my favorite card, he costs 6 mana, which is kind of a lot, and his effect isn't that great. But if you have enough graveyard setup or a lot of sacrifice fodder, which this deck can definitely provide you with, he can help out sometimes. That -2/-2 can help out sometimes, and it's not once per turn. It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh, right, where an effect is once per turn this, once per turn that. As long as you have enough mana, you can just keep activating the effects. Another one-off, this card is only in here because I love the artwork, and I have a pretty foil copy. So a Headhunter is basically a worse Hypnotic Spectre, right? With Morph, so you can play him face down. By the way, these sleeves have my artwork on it. I still have one pack of these for sale. Shameless plug. But yeah, you can just play him face down, attack, and if your opponent doesn't block, you can pay the Morph cost, and your opponent has to discard a card. Which, like, I mean, as a funny one-off, because I like the art so much, he's in here. Then we have the main combo of the deck. We have 1 Scion of Darkness, 4 Rotlung Reanimators, and 4 Dark Supplicants. So how this works, Dark Supplicant says, tap, sacrifice 3 clerics, search your graveyard, hand, and your library for a card named Scion of Darkness and put it into play. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. And our friend Rotlung Reanimator says, whenever Rotlung Reanimator or another cleric is put into a graveyard from play, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token into play. So the cool thing about this, and I actually had to look this up on on the web to see if it worked this way, but let's say you have, right, that you have these 3 guys on your field, and you activate Dark Supplicant's effect to sacrifice him, that also triggers Rotlung Reanimator 3 times. So you won't only have a 6/6 with trample, you would also get a 2/2 black zombie for each cleric sacrifice. So that's pretty cool. That's actually kind of like what sort of the deck is based around. I really like the idea of like sacrificing creatures for like for a demon, right? Like nice edgy. I like edgy stuff. But it's also kind of similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And I'm originally a Yu-Gi-Oh player, so it's kind of fun to sacrifice your creatures. Also have a Japanese guy here. Sacrifice your creatures for a nice big creature to beat up your opponent with. Okay, so next we have more handsome bachelors in your area. We have Soldavi Etnit, which is basically a sacrifice outlet to add an amount of black mana. Because as you will see, the mana base is kind of small for this deck, and I tried making it a bit bigger, but I noticed with this deck, because a lot of the creatures are like 2 or 3 mana, I think most of them are, right? Even Rotlang Reanimator is only 3. So you can go on quite a while with just 3 mana or being mana screwed for a few turns. It isn't that bad. So we have Cabal Archon. Sacrifice a cleric, target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So also kind of nice, you know, sacrifice outlet. So the sacrifices are mostly to trigger or to activate your Cabal Patriarch, but we also have cards like Cremate in there that make you remove cards from play to draw cards. We have 2 Withered Wretch. I believe this is like a staple in a lot of black cleric decks for pre-modern. I mean, it's a 2/2 for 2, which is okay, I guess. And I think he is played mostly to counter graveyard strategies, maybe, or with, stuff with flashback. But at first glance, I thought, why is this card in here? But now, recently, I figured out, yeah, it's probably because it's like a counter to really strong flashback decks, right? So I'm not really that knowledgeable about pre-modern. I just like the old card frame a lot, and I wanted to build a deck with my favorite card in it. So Priest of Gix is like a free 2/1. So if you play him, you get 3 mana back, which is kind of cool. Just run 2 of those. Those are the creatures. Then we have Patriarch's Bidding, which is like a one-off rare, 5 mana, pretty expensive, but you can basically revive all your clerics. So if you're very lucky with your mana, you have a lot of swarms on the table, you know what I'm saying? You can do the combo with Rotlang Reanimator and what's it called, Dark Supplicant, get like 3 zombie tokens, 2/2s, get like the Siren of Darkness onto the field. And if you're lucky enough to have 5 mana left over, you can also activate Patriarch's Bidding and just revive all the clerics in your graveyard. Pretty cool, right? So I just wanted to run a lot of cards like you see here, Cabal Ritual. I want to run a lot of cards with my favorite creature on it. So we have Cabal Ritual, just 2, because we also run, as you'll see later, Dark Ritual. I don't think you need to run 4 Dark Ritual and 4 Cabal Ritual. I have also a really cool Chinese one here. I think this is simplified Chinese, and you have like really nice, you have a really nice font on the characters in Chinese. I believe traditional Chinese is kind of like the Japanese cards, like very thin, and these actually look like brush strokes on the scroll there, so that's really cool. So that's why I run one of the Chinese ones and one of the English ones. Kind of an aesthetic thing, right? So then we run 4 Dark Rituals, my favorite Dark Ritual art, I think, together with the Ice Age one. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Get 3 mana for 1 black. 2 Snuff Out, free destruction instant, pretty nice. This is also a card, since I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, I might overvalue card draw a bit too much maybe, but I thought just do Cremate. We have a lot of ways to get stuff into the graveyard, so we mostly have a lot of stuff available to remove from the game to draw a card. But just like Withered Wretch, we can also just remove opponent's cards because it's an instant. Like if our opponent has to like really nice flashback card in their graveyard. I don't know how it works with Madness, if you can activate this and respond to a Madness trigger. Let me know in the comments below. I'm still learning the stack in Magic, but I think if your opponent has a Madness card, you just can put this in response, remove the Madness card, and it'll fizzle, I think, right? So yeah, just card draw, basically. We have Duress, which is just a really good card in pre-modern. Basically in every format it's legal in, and I decided to, because this is like my pet deck, I decided to run a more modern print, but still in the old school border, because I think this this artwork is kind of nice and creepy. By the way, sorry, I just noticed. Sorry for the reflection of my phone. I'm in a different setup than normal. But yeah, and then we have 2 Unearth to just return a creature card. A lot of the creatures here are value 3 or less, so you can return a Dark Supplicant or a Rutland Reanimator with this. So those are the spells, and then for the lands, those are very self-explanatory. We have the Cabal Coffers, only have 1 at the moment. We have 2 Peat Bogs, really nice card to accelerate some mana, but only temporarily. We have Barren Moor, because I love cycling, and this also gets stuff in your graveyard for stuff like Cremate and stuff. Then we have some nice foil swamps. You might remember this one from a short I uploaded a while ago, and some other old school foils, and then these Dominaria Remastered foil swamps, and then some Portal swamps. So basically what I do with old border swamps, which I really like the artwork of, they always go into this deck. So these are like my favorite swamps, and because they're my favorite swamps, especially these Portal ones, they're in this deck because I love the art so much. So we have, let me recap a little. We have the Cabal Coffers, 2 Peat Bogs, 2 Barren Moors, and then this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18 swamps. So yeah. So yeah, those were the lands. And then that's my pre-modern deck based around my favorite card, Cabal Patriarch. So let me know what you think about this deck. It's clearly not competitive or anything, but I just think it's a kind of funny deck. And because that's all like these old guys, which are clearly single, I guess, right? I thought it would be a funny idea to upload this around Valentine's Day. Let me know, by the way, if you're interested in more Magic the Gathering deck profiles, because since I started playing Magic in September 2023, I built so many decks for like Modern, Pre-Modern, Pauper. Most of them are like funny, janky decks, but if you're interested in seeing them, just let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna get these guys some dates, and I'll see you in the next episode of Deck Man Profiles. Goodbye.